Hey, it was taking forever to go live. All right, what's going on? It's Instructor Mike. Let's go on ahead and talk about it. People talked about things in. Oh, hold on for a minute. All right, why am I hearing myself? This is weird. I'm not supposed to hear myself in. Sorry, guys. I'm not supposed to hear myself in Instagram. So I'm trying to go Instagram live, and all right, this is weird, and I'm gonna be hearing feedback. Can y'all hear the feedback in the comments? What's up, Jay? Hold on for a minute. All right, I was able to mute the site. Christ. Oh, that would have been weird. All right, what's going on? This is Instructor Mike. Y'all can't hear the feedback. Okay, I was able to hear the feedback, but I'm not hearing it now. So what's going on? We're gonna go on ahead and talk about it. Chicago, there was a 15-year-old woman who was strangled. And there's talk of a serial you know what, on the loose in Chicago again. Uh, let's go on ahead and talk about it because I want to talk about readiness. I want to talk about readiness. And those of you all on Instagram who could be watching, you might have to shoot over to YouTube for you to be able to comment because I can't see your comments. I thought I was going to be able to stream from StreamYard on Instagram, and I am streaming. I just can't see your comments. I just cannot see your comments. So let's go on ahead and dive into it. Here we go. All right, let's go on ahead and talk about it. So my thing to talk about, oh, you saw that. What's up, Martha? I was talking about readiness for if you're when the post came out, thank you, Martha. When the post came out, it was on another Chicago Facebook page, and of course, I get tagged in these posts when people ask certain questions, such as, "You say you can't read the comments." I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Maybe come out and come back in. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Will323 on Instagram, you about to get blocked. Just cause. Just cause. Here we go. Let's go on ahead and push. Now I can read you all's comments on Instagram, and I mean I'm not on Instagram. I'm talking about I can read you all's comments on YouTube and Facebook. I'm talking about Instagram because I'm streaming from there too. I'm also streaming on Twitter as well. But let's go on ahead and dive into it. So in Chicago, the faces that you see right here on the screen, right here, this was an investigation that was done by CBS 2 News of these women who was raped with a G, okay, and strangled and deleted from this life. And their cases went unsolved for some time. And I was tagged in a post, and do me a favor, by the way, go on ahead and share this information. I was tagged in a post that talked about the 15-year-old who was deleted, as well as another woman who was deleted as of recently in Chicago. And the question was, well, go on ahead and take Mike's concealed carry class. That was a statement. Go on ahead and take Mike's concealed carry class. You'll be ready. You'll be ready. You'll be ready. Sound off in the comments. Do you think that's true? Do you really think that's true? That if they take my concealed carry class, they're gonna be ready? What do you all think? I talked about this earlier on Facebook Live. And I'm talking about it again tonight because it's a very important topic. Do you think they'll be ready? Do you think taking a 16-hour course, going to your I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a start. It's a start, but do you think you'll be ready? Do you think you'll be ready? Derek said, Bookie said, I think at least they can try and protect themselves. How? How? I'm curious. How? How are you gonna try to protect yourself against someone who loves to do that thing? Like, they love to do it. I'm gonna drop the link, and if y'all want to come up, and you all want to talk about it, I'd love to have y'all come up and talk about it, because I just don't want to be the only one talking about this. And if you're watching this on YouTube, please do me a favor, hit the like button. Hit the like button, please. I didn't even do any of the other stuff on YouTube I normally would do. It's been a minute since I've been live this way. But I'm going to go ahead and drop the link. And if you all want to come up and you all want to talk about it, you're more than welcome to. I'm going to drop the link on Instagram too. And I don't know if you all are going to be able to come in, but I tried. You know, do you really think you're really going to be ready? If you all want to come up, the link is here. You said you could try. I don't know. I do know. Of course I know the answer, right? I'm just trying to be nice about it. Should I be nice about it, or should I be real about it? Okay, and that's the question. I'm going to put it across the screen, because thank you for asking that question, Ryan. Ready for what? You just came in, right? Do you think taking a concealed carry class will make you ready for a serial? Of course, I'm going to spell that word differently, because social media is so sensitive these days. I miss the days that it was not as sensitive, but that's the question that we're trying to answer. That's the question that we're trying to answer. Do you think taking a concealed carry class will make I might want to spell that right. That's not it's supposed to be you, not yo. All right, let me fix it. I don't want to look crazy. Like, yep, here you go, messing up stuff. You make yo ready, right? Do you think taking a concealed carry class will make you ready for a serial killer? That just looks silly to say. Right. No, I'm not going to spell cereal like that. Right. Do you think taking a concealed carry class would actually make you ready? Because I had people tag me. No, I don't think, Lava. I wish some of you all would hit the link and come up. I wish you all would hit the link and come up. And I'm going to keep dropping this link, because I like to see some comments. I mean, some people come up and talk about it. I don't want to be the only one, right? You don't have to, but it would be nice. I think Jordan said, yes, I think so. Why you think so? Why is it that you think so? Why is it that you think so? Abraham said, of course not. Right? Why is it that you think you'll be ready? And let me take these person's faces off of here, because it's not their conversation, not their fault. But what makes you think you'll be ready for a person who's trying to really take your life? You know, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. You said you want to tap in? Derek, I just dropped the link. I'm going to drop it again. It's in the comments. Maybe I should go to YouTube and pin it. I'm going to go to YouTube myself and pin it in the comments, because I want some people to come up and, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, because I just... Yeah. Give me 1 minute. I'm sorry. Yeah, I dropped the link. Hey, what's going on, Precious? How are you? You said you. I see how you. I see how you spelled it, Martha. That's how I gotta spell it. Um, it's been a minute since I went live. I've been so busy working on. As you can tell, I lost weight, so I've just been so busy working on that and a couple other things. So yeah, I got to get back into the groove of going live again. Yeah, it's not even get. I don't like sometimes when things update. All right, there we go. Yeah, it's not even. I don't want to hear me, fool. All right, so yeah, I pinned the message up there. Yeah, I pinned the link up there. So if you want to come up, you're more than welcome to tap that link in the comments on YouTube and then come on up. You said how else you gonna learn to protect yourself? By taking a 16-hour class? You think that's gonna be enough? You think that's gonna be enough? I don't think there's gonna be enough. I just don't think there's gonna be enough. I think you're kidding yourself thinking it's gonna be enough. Yeah. I think you're really kidding yourself thinking. I see Scorpion Defense Training Group on Instagram. What's going on? You said repetitious training. Yeah, I agree. Awareness is the key. Of course, I'm reading Instagram comments. You said they won't be ready. Yeah, I agree. You're not gonna be. You're not gonna be. There's no way you can be. You know, I mean, there are ways you can be, but not just by taking a 16-hour course. Locks Dion said, I think someone can say they're ready based off of experience of violence and mindset. But then again, are you also ready to cross over because some wars are not always won? Yeah, that's a very valid point. Because whenever you drop a body, you better be ready for yours to get dropped, you know? Yes. Yes, you are correct. Ryan, you said, I guess it depends. Also, are they looking for you or are you a bystander and are present when that serial man, we are all spelling it incorrectly, right? But when the serial man is doing his thing, right? You said, I do carry gun. I do security 2023. All right, Donald. Good job. Martha said you would never be ready unless you're trying serial killer. They said the end and now for people and what they need to do. What? Did I misread that? They said the end and now for people and do what they need to do. Are you saying the end is now? I'm not going to judge you because I know you know how to speak. I know you know how to speak. That, yeah, you could have been typing fast and doing stuff. Here we go. You said, no one is ever ready for any type of crime. It only gives you a chance to protect yourself if you don't panic before you can use it. But see, that's the problem. You're probably going to panic. You're probably going to panic because you haven't been in the habit of repetitious practice. You haven't been in the habit of doing this over and over and over and over again. And then there's the illusion of security too. There's the illusion of security. Abraham Avalo says, any physical and mental stress situations, your body and mind will go to what it knows. Training is just like exercising for both the body and the mind. So let me ask you this question, follow-up question, right? Some of you who follow me, you know I went to and became a force science analyst. That only made me even more knowledgeable in terms of how to be able to explain biomechanics and understanding what humans do under stress, right? You got the stimulus identification. You got the response selection to that stimulus, and then you've got the response programming, right? If your brain is not focused to identify the stimulus, right? And then what's your response selection for this particular type of stimulus? Nothing new is under the sun. Nothing new is under the sun. Thank you, William. I appreciate that. Nothing new is under the sun. And so if you don't have that response selection, that's where training comes in. And then the response programming to respond to that stimulus, what are you going to go to? You said, well, and who truly practices active threat scenarios? It's easy to go to the range and pew-pew at 5 yards. Nobody practicing drawing under stress or fighting over a pew-pew. But the thing is, Ryan, it is possible to practice those things. It is most definitely possible to practice situations where, let's just say you're walking down the street in a particular area at a particular time of day, and you just tell the person to walk. They don't know what they're walking into, but just walk. And then all of a sudden, things happen, and then you just have to react. Of course, everybody would have to sign liability waivers and stuff like that in the event you get effed up to some degree, right? People would have to know that there's rules in terms of tap out or whatever the case may be. I mean, to a certain level, right? But there are ways to create a level of awareness beyond just going to the range and doing a particular pew-pew. There is a way to make training very real. I've seen it done. Yes, I agree, Ryan. Oh, yes, it's possible, but people think because they got a pew-pew, they live in a protective bubble. Yes, and that's my main point. Because in the post that was talking about the alleged strangler or the actual strangler, women go get your concealed carry. Come to Mike's class. Like, I got tagged in different posts and stuff like that. And I'm like, do you want to have this real conversation? The real conversation is, there's nothing I'm going to teach you that's going to outmatch the lack of situational awareness, your ego in believing that the firearm is going to create a protective bubble, like Ryan said. And the fact that can't nobody tell you nothing, right? Another factor. The factor that you got the little bitty Hello Kitty in your itty bitty titty committee. Oh, bars. You get what I'm saying? Little small gun. You got it for your concealment, but you didn't get it for the battle. Do you think you're really going to be ready? Yes, Christy. What's going on? Let's go to Instagram. See what they say. Oh, it's just 4. All right. Well, I'm going to keep on going. Those of y'all on Instagram, you're more than welcome to shoot on over to YouTube. Yeah, the lack of situational awareness. It's so much more to carrying a firearm. It really is. You know, you got to look at the fact that what are the voids that are in you that are causing these men to use you? What are the voids that are in you that are causing these friends to use you? What is it about you that attracts these level of people who seek to victimize you? Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Because it can't always be everybody's fault. Like, you don't bear no responsibility in that. There's so much that comes to actually being prepared. But all you want to do is take my class and think that 16 hours is going to be enough. If your instructor is not telling you that these 16 hours is just still enough to get you deleted, you don't have a good instructor. I'm sorry to say, if your firearms instructor, when you go to this class, is not telling you that this training is litigation mitigation and it is still just enough to get you deleted, you don't have a great instructor. Because any good instructor is not going to pump your head up and make you think that this training is going to really prepare you. I don't care if it was a one-on-one with 16 hours. You still got way more to learn. You know, self-defense and the ability to be able to do that thing just at one time. Granted, though using a firearm is I appreciate that, Rose. But not even in my classes. Let's talk facts. If you don't come back to classes from me or people better than me, I'm humble. I stay in my lane. I know what kind of car I drive. I know the way I drive. I know how to operate in my lane. I'm a master in my lane of but I'm still a master student. Does that make sense? People talk about Farrakhan, but I like one of the things that he has of anybody in the Nation of Islam when they are of any type of leadership position, whatever the case may be, they got the word student in front of their title because it humbles you. And some people inside the Nation of Islam don't even like the fact that they got student in front of it. That's all ego. I understand what Farrakhan is saying because you're still a student. You're still a student. So I'm humble and I stay in my lane, but you still have to go to more training. You still got to go to more training. You still got to go to more training. I cannot tell you, and ladies, I'm going to go there. I cannot tell you how many times I have done the 5-year, 3-hour renewal classes in Illinois. I can't tell you how many times the class would go good. Oh, the talks, the instruction, it would go good. It would go good. But then when we get to the range, that's when it would collapse. That's when it would collapse. It would collapse. Let me tell you why it would collapse. Because you haven't been to the range. You haven't practiced. You haven't gotten any realistic training. You don't know how to operate your firearm. You don't know how to do what you're supposed to do. You don't know how to do what you're supposed to do. Let me look at some of these comments. Derek said, Mike, let's be real. The average person, when shit goes down, wants to leave their safety in the hands of law enforcement instead of taking their safety in their own hands. And I will even go you so far as to say this. How many women put their lives in the hands of a man? How many women put their lives in the hands of a man to just protect and provide? Because one of the ladies that had been taken out by this serial killer, got to put that emphasis, right? She had a husband. She had a husband. Oh, it's a lot of I'm sorry, y'all. There's a lot of comments on Instagram. I ain't even seen them. Sorry about that. She had a husband. She had a husband. And in her having a husband wasn't around. The husband was not around. Y'all do me a favor, smash the like button. Get the likes up, please. Please. I want to get more people in this conversation. I dropped the link. If you're on YouTube, you want to come up, cam up to have this conversation. It would be outstanding if you did. Don't be furry. Don't be scared. Right? Glow, here we go. You said, I have been doing bodyguard work for over 25 years, and I find myself always looking around on days I am not working because my body and mindset is trained to observe my surroundings at all times. Yes, I have concealed carry training, but I feel you could never have enough training. So keep going for the refresher course. I agree. And you got to get there is a level of realistic training that you can get insofar that you just got to do it. Here we go. Ryan, you said, people take for granted our daily situations. Are we truly prepared? Do we have plans for a break-in? Is your significant other aware of the plans? Who's grabbing the kids? Where are your pew-pews? Is the family, kids included? Do they know what to do when there's a fire in the house? I asked my daughter yesterday what she would do. She said, come find mommy and daddy. We had to sit down then and told her a better plan. Like, yes, sometimes you got to revisit the plans because you make the plans age and skill appropriate, but there is a constant need for revamping of that plan because as they begin to get older, they begin to be more agile. They begin to be more able and aware. Now we can introduce certain things where they can take part in this critical thing. What if that kid's sole job is just to go around the house and make sure the doors are locked? Like little simple things like that. That can make all the difference. And, we'll take this thing and put it right in front of it. Kids love to help if you create them or the helper mindset. You cultivate that helper mindset. They love to help. They love to help. You said, I have a better one for you. Dudes in my job that have concealed carry don't even dry fire. He didn't even know what dry firing was. He probably thought dry firing was whether or not he had lubrication in his gun. I don't know. Some of the police I see. Oh, Raymond, what's up, buddy? What's up? Yes, you and Glow said the same thing. Some of the police I see out here aren't even ready. You gonna make me go find that video. I'm gonna go do it right now, bro. You already know where I'm going. You know I'm going to the Copa website. I don't even know if the thing is still up here. Right. Oh, that is so embarrassing. It's so embarrassing, but whatevs. Like, it's embarrassing. But she made it possible. She made it possible. You know, and it didn't have to be, it doesn't have to be. I don't even know the date of the video anymore. Like it was a what would it be, a firearm discharge? Nah, that's way old. Let me go back. I don't even have a log number anymore. So I can't even find it. I forgot what date it was. And they don't even say. I'll be going through this. I'll be all day. I don't have it. I do have it. I have it on my YouTube page, but I'm live. So that's crazy though. But you're not wrong. You are not wrong at all. You are not wrong at all. And it's a shame. It really is a shame how officers, like I think a lot of you all put a lot, and maybe not you all, in fairness, but I think there are a lot of people who put a lot of, how do you say it? A lot of trust in the skill and ability of police officers. And it's like, bro, if you don't understand, I'm gonna read your comments in a minute. Give me a minute. But if you don't understand how, oh, here it is. Wait. Yes. Hold on.
Looks like
I
able to
hold on for a minute. We gonna
ahead and start
listen to this. We're gonna listen to this. I'm gonna share this. You say you have a question, you're wondering if I can help. Sure. You say you surprised anybody hit me up. They're not going to. They're not going to. Here's a topic. Here's a topic right here. Do you think taking a concealed carry class will make you ready for a serial killer? Roderick, why does it look like you got the picture of Mayor Brandon Johnson on your Facebook page? Are y'all twins? That's crazy. Here we go. Okay, you look adjacent to Brandon Johnson. You look adjacent. All right, here we go. I just got back from the range and started using a timer. It revealed that I was rusty. My inside the waistband holster sucks. And as I came into the house, your video on inside the waistband holsters came up. Yes, that matters. That's why I keep putting out videos. I'm gonna put out more stuff. Y'all see I got smaller. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to eat right, lose weight, work out better, stuff like that, because health matters. So I've been putting out a lot of content, but I'm getting back to it for sure. Getting back to it and going back live too. So that stuff matters. Raymond said, I went to a suburban. Oh, sorry. Thank you, Rose. I appreciate that. I went to a suburban hospital to visit a friend and saw some officers transport in a prisoner for medical treatment. Neither one of them had their firearm. Well, no, that's common. That's common because I used to be a CO. You typically got the handlers, the one who don't have firearms, and then you have the WEPs. You have the weapons officer. They don't go hands-on with the offender, so it just depends. They don't go hands-on. So that's why, give some context behind that. I understood that. I told dudes at my job, let's watch this. Y'all do me a favor, hit the like button, please. I told dudes at my job, it's not the responsibility of the police to protect you. They're only to enforce the law. Yes, this was a case brought up by the Supreme Court. That was the case of Town of Castle Rock versus Gonzalez. Town of Castle Rock versus Gonzalez. All right, let's go on ahead and watch this. Oh, here we go. Y'all remember this video? Do y'all remember this video? This is crazy. This is... Oh, Raymond, what did you say? Yes, that's true. But you don't get out of your marked squad car without a firearm. I believe they left that at a station. They could have left it inside of the van. And depending upon what kind of team we're talking, if we're talking a Rick team, you got one that, I don't know, but you would know better than I would. So I ain't going to debate it. I'm not trying to, because they might have had empty holsters. But empty holsters doesn't necessarily mean that they left it at the station. I don't know. They might have lockbox inside of the van. I don't know how things are. It's been, Jesus Christ, I think it's been 20-some years since I was a CO. Why did I say 20? Was it 20? Yes, it was 20. 10 years doing this. That was my first law enforcement job before I became a cop. So yeah, that's about 20 years. About 20 years since I was a CO. Yeah, that's accurate. It's very accurate. Yes. Yes, that's accurate. 20 years. Yeah, 20 years I've been a CO. So yeah, let's go to it. Let's watch this video.
Up again. So then she turns around and you see her with a firearm in her hand. We'll wind it back again. Now, here we go. I had the freeze frame. Look in the lower right-hand corner of the screen. Lower right-hand corner of the screen. Most people are right-handed, right? We can tell that this officer was right-handed. You've seen the video, stuff like that, so you can see that she's right-handed, right? What doesn't she have in her hand or her hand anywhere near? Her firearm. Her firearm. You don't plan for stuff when it's good. You plan for stuff when it's bad. You don't. Let's continue. Let's just continue. Hold on, let me get to the screen. I'm sorry about that. Get out the way. Good. Let me see your hand. Bam. Now, if in fact it's the case that this officer would have had her hand on or near her firearm, she was in the best position to be able to support her partner, if you will, right? Returning fire at this person who then presented herself to be a lethal threat. But she wasn't prepared for that. She didn't have a firearm in her hand, right? You hear her partner saying words to the effect of, "Let me see your hands," multiple times, which should have led you to believe, if you took your training seriously, if they addressed that in your training, and let's assume they did, right? That there are certain indicators that will let you know that something is about to happen, something bad is about to happen, and that's what you plan or prepare for. Here we go. Now she has a firearm in her hand. Still does not shoot. Still does not shoot. So there's a difference between somebody pulling a firearm and pulling it out, and then pulling it and pointing it. We rewind back to see that this person pulled it and pointed it directly at the other officer, making her a qualifier for the use of deadly force in response to what she did. But this is not what her partner did. Let's continue. This is not what she did. You see what I'm saying? In fact, neither one of them shot, right? I would argue that the other officer was trying to move out of the way of being shot. So I'll give the other officer that. But what about this other officer here? And she still doesn't shoot. Here we go. Now there's shots being fired. Here we go. Instead of retreating and maybe stacking up behind her partner to where they can then return fire, this officer goes all the way back to the car. Here we go. In fact, they both retreat to the car.
And this is what I mean, ladies. Watch this.
And what are they going to get? What are they going for? Their radios. This has got to be the saddest stuff ever. The saddest stuff ever. Let's continue.
Radio?
No. Hold on. Let me turn it to the normal speaker. I want you to hear this bullshiggity that they are saying. This is doggone ridiculous. Here we go.
Radio? No.
Do you have a radio? So he don't have a radio. Well, I heard he dropped his radio, and she doesn't have a radio either. What, y'all don't have radios with the mics attached to the vest? You know, that's the reason why we wear those things, you know, so that you got hands free, you can touch and still move, and you still got your mic and your equipment still on you, but neither one of you have your radio. So let's see what happens next. Oh, I spy with my little eye on the right-hand side of the screen in the middle what appears to be a Glock, probably a Generation 5 with the forward serrations. And what does that look like? A type 3 malfunction. So let me give you a recap. Here we go. Type 1 malfunctions where you get tap, you know, I'm sorry, not a tap, but you get a click and no boom. That's a failure to fire. Typically, it could be an ammunition malfunction, might be a firing pin malfunction, whatever. What's the corrective action?
No, it was, Tish.
Trap. Tap the magazine, rack the slide to make sure the bad round is out, inserts a new rod into the chamber, assess the situation, which you should be doing while you're tapping and racking it. If necessary, press the trigger. Why do I say that? We don't do the tap, rack, bang, because the person whom you might have been using deadly force towards, they might comply. And then the deadly force or the use of deadly force is no longer authorized at that minute because they appear to be compliant, right? Things can change in a fraction of a second, right? That's a type 1. Type 2 malfunction, where you got a failure, you know, it extracts the casing, but it doesn't necessarily eject it out all the way. An extractor, broken
my video's malfunction.
or ejector at that moment. What's the same corrective action procedure? Trap. Tap the magazine, rack the slide, assess the situation to see if deadly force is still warranted, and if necessary, press. In fact, I've adopted the A trap. You're assessing while you're tapping, racking, so it eliminates that continuous need to assess because you're already looking in, you're seeing it if necessary, press, right? But here you have a type 3 malfunction, right? What do you have? You have a double feed. I affectionately call this the parking lot jam. What is the parking lot jam? Well, it's a situation where if you have a person trying to get into a parking spot, but they can't get into that parking spot because you're there, and they're impatient enough to cause you not to even be able to back out. In fact, what do? They pull their car right up to your bumper, so they can't get out of that spot, and you can't get out that spot. They can't get into that spot, right? I call it the parking lot jam. Let me bring it to you in firearms terms, right? There is a round or a casing still in the chamber. The extractor did not extract that casing or that round out of the chamber, and there is another round trying to get in. Why? Because the slide went out of battery fully and then went into battery, right? Out of battery and then into battery without extracting that casing. That's called a double feed. It's a simple procedure, right? Now, some will say rip, rack, run. Yeah, okay, sounds cool if your magazine at the bottom, right, has the surface area, right, and some serrations down here like the Magpul magazines to be able to rip it straight out. But if you've dealt with as many firearms as I have, or maybe you have, the rip, rack, run doesn't always apply, because this type of magazine, which is a CZP-10, it has a smooth surface, okay? And it might not allow you the ability to rip, rack, run. So what do I suggest? Ride wrap. Remove the rack magazine, rack the slide 3 times, insert the magazine, rack the slide again, okay? And all that time, you're assessing to see what's changed. If deadly threat is still authorized, or deadly force is still authorized, and then if necessary, press that trigger. I'll go over it again, right? Remove the magazine. I place that magazine right here in my pinky. Rack that slide 3 times. Insert that magazine. Rack the slide again, and then keep going, okay? I don't have any snap caps, so I can't demonstrate. Go on ahead and look at something. Matter of fact, I'll find the video. Give me a minute. Let me finish playing this, and then I'll show the video, because I want to show you the video of how that is. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and find it right now. Give me one hot minute. I want to find that video, and then we're going to get back to playing. All
right, we're going to skip past
this
that
doggone video. Don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, don't forget to subscribe, all that great stuff. Just give me one hot minute at all with what happened in this given situation. Here we go.
I can't, my radio, emergency. Fuck, Murray. Swear! Swear! Come back!
That was so sad. Still can't clear that type 3 malfunction.
What's up,
Still
Pepe?
can't clear that type 3
My fucking
malfunction.
God, Jim.
And then racks the slide, round falls to the floor. Racks the slide, round falls to the floor. Now, what if there was an active shooting going on at that time? Let me tell you something. If it is down on the ground, it stays down.
What's up, Pepe? My fucking God, Jim.
Here we go.
Hey, radio?
No,
Oh, cut someone. Cut someone. Cut someone.
I can't. My radio.
Now,
I can't my
Emergency.
radio.
Now I'm gonna tell you this. She's the police. She's the police, and she's struggling like this. But you think you're gonna be ready for a serial killer? Yeah, bro. I seen that. I seen that. She had range ammo. And come on, man. Come on, man. But you think you're gonna be ready? She the police. And her job is to be ready. But you think you're going to be ready. Yes, bro. Hey, look. Her department or somebody else going to be using that video for training. I use it for training. I use it for training. I'm going to have a nice conversation with my class. I got a class tomorrow and Sunday. I'm going to have a nice conversation with them. Bro, look.
Fuck, Murray. Swear. Swear. Come back.
Hell bow. You know what she said. I don't know. I'm gonna tell y'all. I'm gonna tell you something. It's gonna be controversial. I'm gonna tell you. You ain't gonna like what I'm gonna have to say.
I gotta let this play. I gotta let this one play.
What's up, Pepe? My fucking God, Jim.
Now it works. I'm gonna tell you something too. Let me make sure I go on ahead and get myself on the big screen here. Look, I'm gonna say it.
Y'all tap the screen, get the
It's
likes.
already
please.
controversial.
Not tap the
Some of y'all
screen,
like,
but
well, you
just
get to saying it.
hit the likes.
Look,
I gotta let this play. I gotta let
I
him
am
say
blessed
it.
enough and fortunate enough to be the type of instructor who teaches a lot of people. And my clientele are mostly women. They come in and get concealed carry, come in and get armed security. They come in and get it. And then I offer the additional classes. Some do come in and take the additional classes, but a great percentage of them can't tell them shit. Can't tell them nothing. Can't tell them nothing.
I didn't say it. Mike said
The
it.
sad reality is, yeah, I get it. You don't want to leave the guys out. But ladies, I'm talking about you. I'm talking about you. You don't have to like what I'm about to say. I don't give a shit. You already know it. This is a lot of you all. This is a lot of you all. You grown and independent and boss B shit on your bag, but you're not on your bullets. You on your bag, but you're not with them skills for when them bullets start flying. You're not really with the shits. Let's talk facts. And it ain't just you, ladies. There's some guys too. But I'm talking about you. The academy training is just enough to get you murked.
No, I did
Delete.
not, Raymond.
Permanently horizontal.
I did not.
You think he's gonna call your partner was gonna help you clear your malfunction? Fuck. Firearms instructors like or better than me been trying to get y'all in classes a long time ago and consistently tell you to try to get in training, but y'all don't ever want to listen. Y'all don't never want to listen. This could have been a situation where this young lady could have been shot, dead, gone, finito. Easily. You think because you got that gun, you ready. And one of the common questions that I get asked is, well, Mike, what kind of gun can I get that don't jam? That Glock 19 right there is a quality firearm. It's a quality firearm. but the firearm is only as good as the operator, which means if your skills are trash, quality or not, the gun is not going to perform the way you need it to, when you need it to perform. That was an easy malfunction to clear. Even though you had a standard factory Glock mag, at which point in time you could have locked the slide, removed the magazine, rack that slide, insert the magazine, rack that slide, and get back into it. And you were behind concealment. I don't want to call the door cover. You were behind concealment. You were behind concealment. And even then, you couldn't clear it.
I got
You
it.
don't have your radio.
I got
You're
it.
tapping on the MDT for the emergency signal, but you can't transmit to OEMC. You can't transmit to squad. And this is a failure, again, of the Chicago Police Department. And this is the situation that the city of Chicago and other liberal cities are in when the broke, defund the police politics got the iron horses of law enforcement who could have provided that on-the-street training, that off-duty training. They've gone to places like Florida and other states where they actually support law enforcement, while the rest of us in Illinois have to still deal with the possibilities that when officers respond to the scene, they can't even do their jobs. Ella French should still be here. But she, the beautiful and skilled officer she was on a team she should not have been on, and was walking up to a situation much like this officer without having that firearm in her hand. And then at the last minute, the very last minute, I'm going to play that video. The very last minute, when use of force, deadly force, is authorized, the very last minute,
Oh,
then she pulls out her firearm. Let's get back to it right here.
Hey, come here. Let me see your hands.
Right there was time. What is she doing? Instead of firing her pistol, she's still trying to negotiate. At which point in time she does fire, but now they're retreating while the assailant is gone. Now she has a malfunction. Now she has a malfunction, which likely means that the first shot was fired because there was a round already in the chamber. But when the casing was extracted and a new round was trying to go into the chamber, or strike that, when the slide went out of battery, but the casing had not extracted, and a new round was trying to go in, now you got a double feed. I'm curious. Did you clean it? Was the chamber cleaned? What was the condition of the ammunition? Because that don't always happen. Sometimes it do. Most of the time it don't. Are you maintaining your firearm? What are you doing? What are you doing?
This is crazy to hear me talk.
What is your supervisor? I remember a long time ago when they actually used to inspect firearms for their serviceability. Say it right. Serviceability. I remember that time. What you don't do that now? You don't inspect the ammo? I remember one time going into a Walgreens. Those of you who follow me enough to know, when I was helping that officer with her holster. And what did I do? Take her Glock 19 magazine and then try to help her, exchange holsters. What did I see inside of her magazine? Full metal jacket rounds. Now, granted, she didn't work for Chicago, but what academy did she go to? The Chicago Police Academy. I get it. Some of y'all like, but Mike, you can go ahead and lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. Yes, I totally get that. So I'm not going to blame this on the academy. But look at the quality of people that you're hiring now. As long as they can pass a background check, and as long as they can pass a physical fitness test, they're somehow fit for the streets because they have the mindset for the job. They understand and take it seriously. When I used to be a police officer and I used to be a part of the hiring processes and I used to be a part of the interviews,
Tammy, please.
you'll be surprised some of the reasons that people say. Realistically, no shame, no judgment to them, but just realistically, you'll be surprised some of the reasons they say they want to get on the job. I want to get on the job because I want to provide a better life for my family. I want to get on the job for the benefits. I want to get on the job for the education assistance. I want to get a job. I want to get on the job because I want to make a difference. But the police academy training can only get you so far. The police academy trainers can only get you so far. But these politics that say, like Ella French, in this given situation where the firearm should have been out and that person should have been planted up against that car, if not on the ground. No, no, no. We want them to take just a little bit more time. That little bit more time got Ella French bodied. That little bit of time that you want to extend would have got these officers bodied. Yanez bodied. Andre Vasquez Lasso running after a person in a domestic violence situation. But because the kids are in the doggone park, oh, well, know your target and what's beyond it. Oh, the kids are in the way. We don't want to fire. Huh. Don't let that have been me. Been a different story. Let's just hope the kids don't get hit. I'm going to do what I got to do because I know the possibilities of what could occur. I love the fact that I would never get back into policing, especially in some of these, in a percentage of the areas where I'm in. Because I am definitely the kind of person who would have been insubordinate to do what I had to do to save my life first and then the life of others against department policy. I'm not going to let your policy dictate how my life ends up if I'm out here doing the job that you don't understand or politically you can't support.
Mike said it, I didn't.
Thank God no one got hurt. The officers, that is. But the person who should have got hurt didn't. The officers didn't have their radio. The tactics were horrible. Sign off in the comments. What do you think? Go on ahead and hit that like, comment, subscribe button. Chicago Police Officers, Chicago Police Academy. We got to do better. We got to do better. Sign up in the comments. What do you think? Hope you all have a great day. This is Instructor Mike. We're out.
Boy, that was an outstanding video. I didn't watch it again. I didn't watch it all the way. I didn't watch all the way through before. It was an outstanding video. I couldn't have said it better. Like, dude, she's the police and she's struggling. But somehow you think taking a 16-hour concealed carry class, you're going to be ready. Look, you should still do it. But if you take that class alone and you don't get more training behind it, you're not going to be ready. You're not going to be ready. What I said was, Tammy, send it to me, please. That's what I said. I saw your message. Just, you know. All right. Not going to be the dead horse. I got to get up later, early in the morning. So, yeah, we'll be going live more. And then I had some equipment malfunctions, too, that I had to. Oh, that's the one. No, okay, I got that one, yeah. I got to do some equipment upgrades and stuff like that, so. You know, we'll be going live more. I'll be dropping more content and stuff like that. Yeah, I saw it. Yes. Yes. Hey, LLS from Twitter. What's going on? What's going on? I can see the Twitter comments. By the way, if y'all go over to my Twitter page, Instructor Mike 1, please, was it follow, subscribe? What is it? It's not subscribe. It's follow, followers? I don't know. You said she panicked and left her radio in the car. Yeah, I'm used to having a radio on me. I'm not used to leaving a radio in the car. I'm used to having it on me. Radio here, excuse me, lapel mic here, stuff like that. I'm used to having it on me. I'm not used to leaving it in the car. What's up, Alonzo? What's going on? All right, I'm going to go on ahead, end it. You all have an outstanding night. Peace.